All right, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. And for the Sagittarius that I'm reading for today, I'm seeing that you're on the precipice of a new beginning, but there could be some difficulty figuring out what your next step is going to be, or just figuring out what the best path is for you. I see you being a little bit stuck, and also maybe reflecting on the past a little bit, and that kind of keeping you in that stage before you're fully ready to move forward. But you are on your way there, and I do see things looking very good for you, looking very stable, possibly some love in the future, a lot of healing, a lot of good, stable energies. So I'm excited to dive deeper into this reading. But before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and for receiving this reading. If you would like a personal reading, I love to do them, and you can email me anytime. My email is down below in the description box for more information. And if this reading resonates with you, please take a second to like and subscribe, as that helps me connect more with your energy and more with other people as well. And thank you so much to everyone who listens and comments. I really love hearing from all of you, and I love listening to your comments and reading them. So yeah, thank you. All right, let's see. Your overall energy, Sagittarius, is the Fool. So energetically, you're very open, and you're also kind of starting on a new path, starting down a new beginning. For many of you, I'm getting the sense that you've had many new beginnings in your life before, or that in this one life, you've lived several lives, you've experienced lots of things, and maybe this isn't your first time starting over, but it is your first time starting over in this way or on this particular journey. I think of it sort of as a new chapter in the book of your life that's opening up. So let's take a look at this Fool card. The Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Swords. Whatever this is, it requires you to step into your power and to know that you're going to be okay, and that you're going to be okay by yourself, that you have everything that you need to succeed with the Nine of Pentacles. There's something here that requires you to believe in yourself in a way that maybe you haven't before, that would really allow you to take risks. And so I'm kind of hearing that phrase, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? That's the energy here. And the flip side of that is that I'm seeing that you could have some limiting beliefs keeping you from fully pursuing whatever it is that you would pursue. You could be afraid that it's not going to go well, or you just generally are kind of lacking in self-confidence there. And so this is a bit of a test of your self-confidence, of how much are you allowing yourself to go out and try new things, even if you're not totally sure. Do you trust yourself to be able to do that? Now, in the recent past, we have the Four of Cups, the Hermit, and the Two of Wands. So I see you reflecting a lot, possibly on the past, possibly healing some things. And there were some things that were pretty upsetting for you here that I see you reflecting on. Let's take a look at those Four Cups. The Star, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. You wanted something to work out. You had a vision for how something was going to work out. Maybe it felt like there was a really beautiful opportunity before you, and you were really sort of excited for what that could turn into. And it's looking like it ended up being pretty disappointing or pretty upsetting, or it just ended up not being what you thought it was going to be. And I see you reflecting on that in the current energy. You're coming up with a lot of earth energy today, Sagittarius, so you could have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn prominently in your chart, or you could be connecting with someone who does, but don't take it if it doesn't resonate. Let's take a look at that Hermit card. You're definitely on a healing journey here. Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor, Death. Wow, you're showing me this question of what is it that I've allowed to have power over me? And how was that confining me or constricting my energy, and putting an end to that? You're saying nothing gets to have power over me. I get to have power over myself. And you're coming through today as the Empress, and really saying anything else that I was giving my power away to, I need to kind of put an end to that spiritually. And that's a pretty significant part of your healing journey, Sagittarius, is stepping fully into your own power, into your own independence, and not waiting on anyone else to validate you or, give you, permission. You're just going to go ahead and do the things that you want to do for yourself. But I'm seeing that it's been a long journey to kind of get here, and you are reflecting on that journey. Let's take a look at that with the Two of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands. You're showing me, it's interesting, you're kind of showing me that hindsight is 2020, and you're saying, you know what, it wasn't just all the other people involved in the situation. Maybe there was a part of me that rushed into things a little bit too quickly. Maybe I was impulsive. And you're also showing me I don't always need to understand everything that happened. I don't need to have all the answers. But if something doesn't feel right, I'm not going to let that continue. And really, I see that you've been on a path of both learning lessons through what you've experienced and implementing them, but then also finding the self-discipline to do what you need to do, even when it's difficult, with Strength at the bottom of the deck. Your oracle cards for today are Integration, Healing, and Friendliness. So I'm really seeing again that not only have you gone through a healing process, but you're learning how to integrate what you've learned into your life. And it has something to do with your connections with friendliness here and how you interact with the external, with everything outside of you. How do you connect to other people? And I'm seeing that ultimately the whole point of you healing whatever you're healing right now is to help you show up in relationships maybe better, maybe more comfortably, and just connect to people from a more healed place. Now, in the current energy, we have the Empress, the Devil, the Four of Pentacles. Now, Sagittarius, like I said, you are showing up as the Empress today, so you are standing in your power, but there's something pretty toxic from your past that you might be holding on to. It could have to do with the energy that I talked to you about earlier, or it could be something else. Let's take a look at that Devil on your shoulder. The Eight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. You have a tendency to leave things behind, maybe, or to not be able to leave things behind. So take it however it resonates. Some of you might tend towards some avoidance of, I'm leaving this, it's done, I'm moving forward. Others of you might not be able to leave behind things that you're meant to move on from. I'm really seeing that you might be holding on still to something, whether or not you think you left it behind. Let's take a look at that Four of Pentacles. The Tower, Justice, Eight of Pentacles. Something came down in your life, something ended, and it was for the better. From your perspective, it might have been like, oh, I was working so hard on that, or I was putting so much of my energy into it, I didn't want it to end. But it had to, for the greater good, is sort of what I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing you holding on to the debris, or holding on to the idea of what it could have been, and really struggling to truly let it go in your spirit, even though on some level you might even know that this needed to end for your greater good. There is this feeling of you trying to hold it all together, and it may stem from this thing of you not even realizing how much better things can be, but there's something here that does need to end, and it did come down, and it was for the best, and you're sitting there trying to, rebuild whatever it was. Even if it's just rebuilding it in your mind, there is that element of holding on tight to it. And I get the sense that it all stems from that expectation that you had from the past of what something was going to be like, and maybe not being able to give up on that hope or that dream. At the same time, though, you're showing me that you have learned this lesson of standing in your power and standing on your own 2 feet and believing in yourself, and that you didn't, it's not like you went through this and didn't learn anything. You learned quite a bit. So let's take a look at that with the Empress card. The Page of Cups, the Hierophant, the Ten of Swords. Again, you're just showing me almost like gratitude for the lessons that you learned, and then also at the same time an acknowledgement of the pain of what you went through, of yes, it couldn't continue the way it was, it needed to end, and whatever this was, it was something that was really important to you. It could have been a project, it could have been a spiritual project, could have been connections, I don't know, but it marks that period of your life that again needed to end. I see you moving on, and I see the closing out of it, but I see you also holding on in some way. And even if you don't feel like you're holding on, how often are you thinking about it? How often are you asking about it? Do you go to tarot looking for answers about the past? It's that sort of thing where if your energy goes in that direction, you haven't really closed it off. And so some of you could still be in that healing process, but at the same time, there's an energy of it is time to move on to greener pastures. Let's take a look at your near future here. We have the Four of Wands, the King of Cups, and Temperance. So a very supportive, empowering energy. The Four of Wands is one of stability. The King of Cups is about love. And Temperance is about healing and acceptance and the passage of time. So let's take a look here at the Four of Wands in your near future. The Magician, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. I see you being really worried and fearful about the future, about what's going to happen next, and you really don't need to worry. Those fears that are coming up for you, they're sort of not based in reality. They're based in, fear of things that have maybe happened in the past, maybe inner child fears, whatever it is. But if you're looking for reassurance that you're going to be okay, I mean it, you are going to be okay. I see it here in the cards. I see success for you, really. I see stability. Maybe it hasn't been easy for you to kind of reach that goal in the past, but you're definitely, moving in that direction. I just see also a lot of fear around that manifestation. For the King of Cups, we get the Four of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. You're kind of just showing me your fears here for the future of and what if, what if I don't have enough love, or what if I don't find love, or something like that. And it's you don't need to worry. You're going to be provided for. You're going to receive what it is you ask the universe for. It just takes time, and it takes you kind of coming into alignment. Let's look at the Temperance card. The Ten of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Lovers. Again, there was something here, a connection, an instance, whatever, that sort of shook up your sense of your stability, and there's a bit of a reminder here from Spirit. It's going to take time for you to heal from whatever that was, and some of you might be kind of rushing the healing process and asking, when am I going to get through it? And Spirit says it just takes time. What you went through, it shook you up. It opened up some fears for you, maybe made you kind of guarded, made you distrustful. And it just takes time to genuinely, feel through that and work through that. So just a little reminder there for you, Sagittarius. And let's get 3 cards of advice before we close out the reading. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Don't be afraid to start over, Sag. Even if it didn't work out in the past, try again. Try again. If it doesn't work out the first time, just give it another shot, and try something different. Step outside the box. But don't be afraid to start over. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates. And I'll see you next time.